I would say winning the conference tournament was one of my favorite moments, but also hitting my first career home run was pretty cool. I was jumping up and down the bases. Looking back, I'll remember most all my teammates because they're kind of like a family and they're like really close friends with me, so they're a big part of my life. I'd say one of the big lessons going forward would be like, even if you're at the bottom of the tournament, it's not a big deal because you can always come back and win it. So even though people look over you, there's still a good chance you'll win. Okay, one of the biggest influences on the team would be Coach Miller because he calls me Stubby because of my thumbs. I think I'm going to miss most all the players because of, like I said before, they're kind of like a family to me and they're really close friends. Well, my plans going forward is I'm going to do my master's here for 2 years, and then after that I'm trying to go into some type of sales, but I haven't really for sure know what kind of sales I want to go into. I would tell the underclassmen coming in to buy a parking pass because I've been screwed on so many tickets without a parking pass. So one of the funny moments would be when we just talked before this not to do this, and then Megan Stone, when she played, ran past second base and then went straight back to first base instead of touching second base and going back to first base.
The funniest moment while I've been here was when Megan Stone passed Brooke Roman-Schneider on the bases last year. My favorite moment was winning the MVC tournament at the end of the year last year. I remember most is winning the tournament and being able to play in regionals at Mizzou. The biggest lesson that I've learned is that hard work pays off and to always give my all. My biggest influence has been both my parents. I'll miss being able to go on bus trips and just go out and play softball with my teammates and have fun. My plans going forward are to get hired on as a registered nurse and eventually continue on to get my nurse practitioner. I would tell underclassmen to be ready to compete all the time and give it your all.
My favorite moment would easily be winning the conference tournament last year. There's so many things within that week, but the semifinal game when Drake struck out their last batter to win the game was definitely a really big moment in that season. What I will remember most about playing college softball is all the lessons that I learned, all the teammates that now are my friends. But if I had to pick one specific moment, it would probably be the bus ride back from Wichita State when we won the conference tournament and we were just jamming to music and dancing for 2, 3, 4, I don't even know how many hours, but it was one of the best bus rides ever. The biggest lesson that I've learned is that you're tougher than you think you are. You always have more left in the tank than you think, and you can push yourself farther than you think you can. What I will miss most is being with my teammates and celebrating wins. There'll never be another time where I'll be playing softball and legitimately have a win to celebrate with my teammates. There'll be other things in life that you can win at, but it won't be on the softball field ever again. And my dad's always told me that I will miss how sore my muscles are, but I don't think that will be something I will miss. My plans moving forward as of right now is to ride my horse forever and ever. I would tell underclassmen to trust themselves and to have confidence. A lot of times you can second guess yourself or not have a lot of confidence, and it's really surprising how much better you can do and the improvements that you see when you really truly believe in yourself. And if you believe in yourself, then a lot of good things can happen. There have been a lot of funny moments. Obviously I can't think of any of them right now, but one of the funny moments that comes to mind is when a former teammate, Ashley Dickerson, was heading to practice and she meant to text her boyfriend, "Going to practice, I love you," but instead it went to Coach Bauman. So, of course, Coach comes to practice and embarrasses Ashley and just said, "Hey, I hope you have a great day too. Glad that you care about me." And so we had a really good laugh about that. There's been a lot of influences here at Indiana State throughout the softball team and people that I've met. I would say on the field, especially when I was younger, there's 2 influences between Shelby Wilson and Morgan Alley who really helped me through a lot of things my freshman year and moving up. They were 2 great leaders to look up to, and they've always made a big impact here. And off the field, I would say my biggest influence just around Sycamore softball and just helping in life, especially with my major and my occupation in the future, would be Blaine Kinsey. He's always behind the scenes but does a lot of great work for us.
My favorite moment playing softball here at ISU was definitely winning the conference tournament and going to the NCAA tournament for the first time. That was a feeling I can't even explain. What I'll remember most is definitely like over the 4 years, going from like last place, and then my junior year, you know, we came into the tournament in the 8th seed and did a little Cinderella and won the whole thing. I think that's kind of something I'll remember forever. I'd say my biggest influences off the field and on too would be my parents, and then someone from Sycamore softball that I think influenced me a lot was Morgan, and she's gonna laugh when she sees this, but she's helped me a lot over the years. What I'll miss most is having teammates all the time. You know, we've had some funny times, good times, bad times. So I think going to the real world, I'm gonna miss having like 14 plus people to go to all the time. My plans after college are gonna move in with my new roommates, Dan and Martha again, and see where I go from there. What I would tell the underclassmen, kind of cliche, but it does go by really fast. Like, I remember freshman year like it was just yesterday, and now in less than a month I'll be graduating, so enjoy it while you can. Softball is something that you can't take for granted. Go to the field, get your mind off everything else. It's a privilege. The funniest moment that I can think of was my freshman year. We were going to the airport from Auburn. We were already running really late, and Coach Zess was driving our car, and everyone was freaking out, and we were behind everyone, and Coach Zess didn't know which way to go. And Morgan just shouted out, "Go right," and it was totally the wrong way. And Coach Zess was so mad, but it was hilarious. I would say the biggest lesson that I learned was my sophomore year. I got my first like real injury, tearing my ACL, and so I think what I learned from that is that you can overcome anything. It's a lot of mental challenges, but I think in sports, if you can get past that kind of stuff, that you'll be good.
The funniest moment on the team was probably when Morgan fell flat on her face when we were playing hacky and she tried kicking the hacky up. My favorite moment was winning the MVC championship. I will remember my team and how I made like a family here, and I'll remember winning the championship last year. The biggest lesson I've learned is to turn my uniforms in on time. My biggest influences have definitely been the coaches, for sure, plus all of my peers and my teammates have helped me along the way. I'm gonna miss the people the most. My plan is to help out coaching in Arizona, close to home, and hopefully I'll move up in being an assistant coach somewhere.
Overall, my best memory of the seniors is when we were in conference, we were playing Drake, and Kelsey and I looked at each other one inning, and we knew that we were going to win conference at that point. So that was obviously my best memory. My funniest memory is Mallory. After we did win conference, Mallory throws her glove up in the air and catches it while everyone else is hugging each other and everyone else is going crazy, and then there's Mallory just catching her glove.
One thing I'll miss most about the seniors is being able to video bomb Taylor and all her interviews. And one thing I've learned is to never leave your phone around Kelsey, because she'll leave about 300 or 400 pictures on your phone.
I'm gonna miss killing Kelsey off in Mafia and stealing her phone on the bus. And I'm not gonna miss her burping in my face and telling us how she has to drop off the kids every day. And I'm gonna miss watching The Bachelor every Monday night without her and Lex.
One thing that I've learned from Mallory is to pay your parking tickets or your car will get booted.
The funniest memories I have of the seniors is nothing, because they aren't funny. What I've learned from the seniors is to never bet against Mallory, because she will eat 11 breadsticks in 20 minutes.
One of the funniest memories I have of Kelsey Montgomery is in Lipscomb. Before every warm-up when we were doing quarterback, she slipped in the outfield. And what I've learned is that once you eat traditional wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, you never go back to boneless.
Something that I will miss most from the seniors is Abby Malka always having the right answer and Mallory always having the wrong answer. And then something that I've learned is that you always need to call the ball in the outfield, #Kelsey.
One thing that I've learned is to never play golf with Blaine, because he'll break your ribs.